Aksha, we have seen a lot of changes in last 2.5 years. So we need to come back and tell people what we have learned in this 2 years. ఇప్పుడు మా పెద్దమ్మ వచ్చింది.
పెళ్ళైపోయింది.
Let's start little bit about your marriage.
No one in this world has the hold that he has on me.
And lot of people say, youth people, నేను పెళ్లి చేసుకోను, నాకెందుకు పెళ్లి.
వాళ్ళ కర్మ.
You speak so much of dharma, not exactly naming it dharma,
Yeah.
but which Indian scriptures talk about that? And where did you learn all these things?
Yeah, I learned it in Chanakya Shastra.
You read Chanakya?
Yes, I did, and I created a course on it.
You went through a lot of discomfort, and I saw recently what happened during that discomfort. ఎక్కడన్నా ఎప్పుడన్నా ఒక థాట్ వచ్చింది, why did you do this to me? Why?
కూర్చొని ఏం చేశాను జీవితంలో అని ఆలోచిస్తుంటే పరిగెడతానే ఉన్నాను. గాడ్ వాజ్ లైక్ షట్ అప్ అండ్ సెట్ డౌన్.
Illness ki the best cure we know in part of Sanatana Dharma is Ayurveda. How did you get into Ayurveda? Why?
If you want to stay connected to nature and earth, one way is Ayurveda.
People start asking, are you using dharma for doing business? అనేది ఒక కమెంట్ వచ్చింది.
అవును, ధర్మాన్ని నేను ఎందుకు చేసుకోకూడదు? నేను ధర్మంగా ఉన్నాను, నేను ధర్మాన్ని బిజినెస్ ఎందుకు చేసుకోకూడదు? నాకు బ్రాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ unethical about it. I'm very ethical and I'm doing it with an intention to give it back to life, nature and society.
అక్ష, నిన్ను పాడ్కాస్ట్ చేయడం అంటే నాతో నేను మాట్లాడుకున్నట్టే. థింక్ 2.5 years back we did our first podcast, Mahagathe, Dharma Speaks, when our YouTube channel was probably around 200 subscribers. ఇప్పుడు we have about 45,000 subscribers. దాంట్లో I would say 60% credit goes to you. ఎందుకంటే మేము చేసిన 13 episodesలో you are 4.
Yes, that is me.
సో యు ఆర్ మా అమ్మాయి. సో నిన్ను స్పెసిఫిక్గా పాడ్కాస్ట్ చేయాలని ఎన్ని రోజుల నుంచి అడుగుతున్నాను, ఎందుకంటే వీ హెవ్ సీన్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ చేంజెస్ ఇన్ లాస్ట్ 2.5 years.
Yes.
యూ హ్యావ్ సీన్ ఇట్, Mahagathe has seen it.
Yes.
సో వీ నీడ్ టు కమ్ బ్యాక్ అండ్ టెల్ పీపుల్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ లెర్న్డ్ ఇన్ దిస్ 2 years. అండ్ నువ్వు చెప్పిన డైలాగ్ ఇంకా గుర్తుంది నాకు, ధర్మ చేంజెస్ ఎవ్రీ డే.
Yes.
అది ఆల్మోస్ట్ 8 million views వచ్చింది నాకు. అలానే 800 comments కూడా వచ్చాయి, మీకేం తెలీదు, నువ్వు చెప్పొచ్చావా, చిన్న పిల్లలు పెట్టుకొని చేస్తున్నారు, వాళ్ళు చెప్పేది ఏంటి అని. ఇప్పుడు మా పెద్దమ్మాయి వచ్చింది, పెళ్ళైపోయింది. పెళ్లి గురించి తప్పకుండా వస్తాను, చాలా పెద్ద డిస్కషన్. బట్ వాట్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ యువర్ లైఫ్ ఇన్ లాస్ట్ 2.5 years? Did it have a drastic change or you learnt a lot, or what did you learn?
It's a drastic change andi. I came from mom's lap to mother-in-law's lap.
Excellent.
It's like I can't tell it, you know. There's a lot of change, but yeah, we'll get there.
So dharmic life lo, in your understanding of dharma, did it change?
Dharma changes every day, and even today it's like my definition of dharma today is not going to match tomorrow.
So it's fine. It's still the same.
It's still the same.
And you still believe in dharma?
Yes.
Wonderful. So nothing changed
Nothing
in
changed.
terms of listening
No.
to dharma or
No.
understanding dharma. Excellent. I think that is what we want. Dharma will change every day.
And it's like if you're ready to adapt to change,
Huh.
then you'll adapt to dharma. That's what I believe.
So what is adaptation ante enti?
అడాప్టేషన్ ఓకే. నిన్న నాకు పెళ్ళి కాకముందు నేను 10ంటికి లేసాను, ఏదో చేసుకున్నాను, మళ్ళీ 10ంటికి పడుకున్నాను. బట్ ఇప్పుడు అలా ఉండదు కదా. 8 o'clock లెగుస్తాను, ఐ హ్యావ్ మై వర్క్ అండ్ దెన్ సమ్టైమ్స్ ఐ స్లీప్ లేట్. బట్ అప్పుడు అది ధార్మిక్. నాకు నైట్ 12-1 దాకా వర్క్ చేసుకునేదాన్ని. ఇట్ యూస్ టు వర్క్ అవుట్ అండ్ నౌ ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ అప్, ఐ హ్యావ్ టు బీ ఇన్ అ డిసిప్లిన్, ఐ హ్యావ్ టు బీ ఇన్ వన్ రూట్. సో హౌ కెన్ ఐ సే దిస్ ఈస్ రాంగ్? ఐ కాంట్ సే దిస్ ఈస్ రాంగ్ ఆర్ ఐ కాంట్ సే దట్ ఈస్ రాంగ్ బికాస్ ఐ డిడ్ బోత్. నాకు ఈ రోజు ఇది ధర్మ, ఆ రోజు అది ధర్మ. సో ఎస్టర్డే సంథింగ్ ఐ థాట్, అరే 10ంటికి లేచినా ఏం పర్వాలేదు, ఇట్స్ రైట్ అనుకున్న దాన్ని ఈరోజు 10ంటికి లేవడం రాంగ్ అనుకుంటున్నాను. సో నిన్న రైట్ అనుకుంది, ఈరోజు రాంగ్ అయిపోయింది. ఈరోజు రైట్ అనుకున్నది రేపు కూడా రాంగ్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇది రాంగ్ అనుకున్నది రేపు రైట్ అవ్వచ్చు.
It's all about as of today.
No, you should just adapt. Yeah, you have to adapt, you have to do your duty, you have to do your karma, whatever that is.
Beautiful. So you know we talk.
So dharma and karma are both interlinked. Whatever works you do is karma.
Okay.
And whatever choices you do is dharma.
Okay.
So they both are interlinked.
Excellent.
This is what I got to know after marriage. It's like whenever I assess myself, it's like చాలా చేంజ్ అయ్యాను, కానీ మార్పు మంచిదే. కానీ మార్పుతో ధర్మం మారిందంటే మారింది. మై మైండ్ సెట్ హ్యాస్ చేంజ్డ్. ఐ థింక్ మై మైండ్ సెట్ ఇస్ మై ధర్మ, దట్ ఈస్ మై లైఫ్ స్టైల్. సో
నువ్వు చెప్పిన దాంట్లో when I say you are daughter of Mahagathe, why I say that? Because if you see our vision of Mahagathe, we say create a caring and compassionate environment. అక్కడితో ఆగిపోయి ఉంటే అది మహాగతే అయి ఉండదు. యాక్సెప్టింగ్ ద కంటిన్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్. వాట్ యూ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ సెడ్ ఇస్ దట్. నువ్వు అలా చెప్పకుండానే కరెక్ట్ డెఫినేషన్ చెప్తావు కాబట్టి యు ఆర్ డాటర్ ఆఫ్ ధర్మ, ఐ వుడ్ సే. సో బ్యూటిఫుల్ యూ టోల్డ్ దట్ అడాప్టేషన్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ వీ నీడ్ టు చేంజ్ అండ్ ఆల్ స్టఫ్. సో బిఫోర్ మ్యారేజ్, ఆఫ్టర్ మ్యారేజ్, వాట్ ఆల్ చేంజ్డ్?
Oh, everything changed.
Okay.
Specify, please specify.
So for example, your entrepreneurship is still there?
I put it on hold. Okay. Because for me marriage is important. I want to get settled here.
Right.
I want to be comfortable with everyone. I want everyone to be comfortable with me. నేను అందరు నన్ను బాగానే చూసుకుంటారు, చాలా బాగా చూసుకుంటారు, కానీ అది చాలదు, నేను వాళ్ళని బాగా చూసుకోవాలి కదా. సో ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ దర్, ఐ హ్యావ్ టు నో దేర్ ప్రిఫరెన్సెస్, ఐ హ్యావ్ టు నో దేర్ చాయిసెస్, and then it comes to me. For me first it's my family and then it's me. So beautiful. I put my business aside for a time being.
Good. And I'm sure you'll come
and
back.
I started a new company with my mother-in-law, and I'll get to you.
And we spoke to your mother-in-law, and and when we speak, and she actually told that she wants every woman to do what they wants to do. But I really appreciate both of you that you're giving space to each one of them and care to each one of them.
Ante we are still exploring each other.
You have to.
See, it's like she's very new to me, I'm very new to her, and business is where we both meet.
Right.
In a different perspective.
Right.
Not from like mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. It's like she's seeing me in society, I'm seeing her in connections. I'm fascinated how powerful one person can be, and she's fascinated how one can work hard. So we are like there. We are understanding each other. It's a continuous process.
So when you said you changed or adapt, let's say I talk about that change. Is there anything which you thought earlier was like absolutely this way?
అంటే ఒకప్పుడు నేను కూర్చొని మనల్ని మనలాగా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయాలి అది ఇది అని చెప్పేదాన్ని. ఐ యూస్ టు బి వెరీ సెల్ఫిష్ ఒకప్పుడు. బట్ కమింగ్ నౌ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు బి అ పీపుల్ ప్లీజర్, బట్ టు కీప్ ఎవ్రీవన్ హ్యాపీ I'm willing to be whatever they want.
Okay.
So it's like I won't be like that with everyone, of course. It's only for my family. Exclusive, bro. It's very exclusive, but I think change and adaptation is one way to go.
Okosari, I'm not specifically talking about marriage, but in your life, we met about 3 years back roughly.
Yes.
I'm sure you went through a lot of discomfort. And I saw recently what happened, and I'm shocked that I didn't even know about it. But you went through a lot of discomfort. During that discomfort, ekkadana eppadana oka thought vachinda, why did you do this to me, God? Ani.
No, actually I was never sick before, or I was never sick. So I was falling sick and I didn't understand why. I thought కూర్చొని ఏం చేశాను జీవితంలో అని ఆలోచిస్తుంటే పరిగెడతానే ఉన్నాను. I was either running for college or I was running for my little businesses, or I was always running. And then it occurred to me, God was like, shut up and sit down. How cool is that? నువ్వు వినట్లేదు, అందుకే నీకు ఒక రోగం ఇస్తాను, నీ కాలిరోగ కొడతాను, నువ్వు కూర్చుంటావు 4 రోజులు కూర్చో. I used to be in a run. I never used to sit alone. I never liked sitting alone or sitting
right
in the first place. So stop running and sit is God's way of telling me to sit. Enough, take rest, heal yourself and know yourself. Illness is not sickness.
Wow, the statement adi. Illness is not sickness.
Yes.
Okay.
Illness is where you'll get okay with time, and in that journey or in that period you'll give yourself time, you'll start healing mentally, emotionally and physically. So illness is not sickness.
Okay, so you're saying you need to respect the illness because
yes,
it has come to teach you a lesson.
Sometimes illness is doing good.
Good. When you speak about illness, right, you are actually having a product which is part of Ayurveda.
Yes.
And illness ki the best cure we know in part of Sanatana Dharma is Ayurveda. And when we say Veda, it's one of the Upaveda is Ayurveda. So how did you get into touch of this Ayurveda? బికాస్ యూఆర్ సో యంగ్ అండ్ మీకు ఆయుర్వేద అంటే జనరల్గా ఎవరికి చెప్పినట్టు లేరు. బట్ హౌ డిడ్ యూ గెట్ ఇన్ టు ఆయుర్వేద అండ్ వై ఆయుర్వేద?
We believe food is medicine, right? So after getting married, I started having 2 dinners. I started getting weight, and I was in a mood, but I was getting healthy with food because the food is selected. It is in a manner that is going. I'll tell you, Ayurveda is not my idea. It's mother-in-law's, my Attama's, because she's coming from a constituency where people use Ayurveda. They use mulikalu, they use herbs to
Right.
get well, and she believes that prevention is better than cure.
పర్ఫెక్ట్.
So if you are saying prevention is better than cure, you have to inculcate it in your daily lifestyle. No? You cannot just randomly do it one day, leave it and be like that. So she was like, Aksha, we are all healthy, but we should also let people know that whatever they're consuming is not healthy. Nowadays they are taking ఏమంటారు, పిండి తీసుకొని కలరేసి పసుపు అంటారు,
వెరీ సాడ్ యాక్చువల్లీ.
మొక్కజొన్న దారాలని తీసుకొని కలరేసి సాఫ్రన్ అంటారు, and we are eating that and it's not healthy for us. And she was like, Aksha, we have to give back to society, so we'll get whatever authentic and we'll give it. That's how we got into Adhyat.
బ్యూటిఫుల్.
So we are trying to get whatever is chemical free, preservative free. Of course, when it is preservative free, it's like short span, but it's very healthy for you. Day to day, if you're taking medicine in your body, of course, no, in a long term, you don't need medicines. That's the thought process of Adhyat, and we are here.
And we are very happy. I'll tell you why. Because when a people like you at your age talk about Ayurveda, people will look up to Ayurveda.
Yes.
And they will might
See,
research more about
I
it.
think people should stop thinking Ayurveda as a scripture myth, and actually they have to look it as molecular medicine.
Right.
So it's a miracle medicine. My Atma calls ashwagandha as miracle medicine because every day morning you take 2 drops and you're fine, you're healthy.
Completely.
How come? Your energy levels are high, your immunity is high. And she says, Aksha, this is a mineral. This comes from earth, ground. If you want to stay connected to nature and earth, one way is Ayurveda.
సో మనకి చాలామంది కమెంట్స్ ఇస్తుంటారు, మన వీడియోస్కి మనకి అద్భుతమైన కమెంట్స్ వస్తుంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ యూ టోల్డ్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ న్యూ థింగ్ విచ్ యూ స్టార్టెడ్ అలాంగ్ విత్ యువర్ మదర్ ఇన్ లా, పార్ట్నరింగ్ విత్ యువర్ మదర్ ఇన్ లా. సో పీపుల్ స్టార్ట్ ఆస్కింగ్ అనమాట, ఏంటి బ్రాండింగ్ తప్పేం లేదు, ఒకప్పుడు మధురం అన్నారు, ఇప్పుడు ఇది అన్నారు, ఆర్ యూ యూజింగ్ ధర్మ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ బిజినెస్ అనేది ఒక కమెంట్ వచ్చింది. అండ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు స్లాప్ దెమ్, బట్ ఐ వాంట్ యూ టు టెల్ దెమ్.
First thing, the operations are still running. So I didn't quit, I didn't run away. I'm dharmically very nicely being with you and doing all the works that you want. సెకండ్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే, ఏ బిజినెస్ కూడా అండి నేను ఎదగాలి, నాకు డబ్బులు రావాలని నేను చేయలే. అక్కడ ఫార్మర్స్ ఎవరున్నారో, వీవర్స్ ఎవరున్నారో, మన ట్రైబల్స్ ఎవరున్నారో వీళ్ళకి బెనిఫిట్ అవ్వాలని చేసిన ప్రోడక్ట్సే కానీ ఐ హ్యావ్ నెవర్ డన్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఫర్ మై ఓన్ బెనిఫిట్. I never bought any product. I never sourced any product on a discounted price. I got them on MRP and selling them higher than MRP. ఎందుకంటే ఫార్మర్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి మిడిల్ మ్యాన్ తీసుకొస్తారు, కానీ తర్వాత ఇంకా ఎక్కువ కమ్ముతారు. కానీ ఫార్మర్స్కి ఎక్కడ బెనిఫిట్ లేదు, ట్రైబల్స్కి ఎక్కడ బెనిఫిట్ లేదు, వీవర్స్కి ఎక్కడ. మధురం డిజైన్ స్టూడియో వాజ్ బేస్డ్ ఫర్ వీవర్స్, అగర్బతీస్ వాజ్ బేస్డ్ ఫర్ farmers. The third one, Adhyat. This is for tribals, this is for foothill peoples who are trying to sell their own crop. వాళ్ళకి crop medicine. So we are trying to source it ethically and give it to you, and you are calling me a fake person. And అవును, ధర్మాన్ని నేను ఎందుకు చేసుకోకూడదు? నేను ధర్మంగా ఉన్నాను, నేను ధర్మాన్ని బిజినెస్ ఎందుకు చేసుకోకూడదు? నేను ఎవరి పొట్టా కొట్టట్లేదే, నీ పొట్టా కొట్టట్లేదు, వాడి పొట్టా కొట్టలేదు, నాకేం రావట్లేదే ఇక్కడ. నాకు బ్రాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ unethical about it. I'm very ethical and I'm doing it with an intention to give it back to life, nature and society.
Beautiful. And I want to tell everybody that Artha is part of Purushartha.
Yes.
So if you are doing it for Artha, if you're running economy, you're actually building economy. So what's wrong in part
What's
of
wrong? I'm also paying taxes, bro.
it? Beautiful.
Unlike you.
So when people don't understand dharma, the kama mokshas, this is what the confusion comes into people.
Yes.
ఎందుకంటే they think Artha is bad. They think మెటీరియల్ వరల్డ్ తీసేద్దాం అంటారు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ టేక్ ఆన్ ఇట్? లైక్ మెటీరియల్ వరల్డ్ ఎంత మటుకు ఉండాలి, ఎంత మటుకు ఉండకూడదు?
Okay, let's get back to Ramayana where Janaka was in a pool and his entire palace was getting burnt. He was just sitting there as a yogi. Because he's a yogi.
రాజయోగి.
ఆయన రాజయోగి కాబట్టి అక్కడ కూర్చొని ఆ కాలితే కాలిందిలే అనుకున్నా. అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి యోగి లాగా తయారయ్యాడు ఆయన. If he had nothing to eat, he will be working
Worried.
for money, no?
Right.
He is always worried. నువ్వు ఒక యోగి అవ్వాలన్నా నీకు అన్నీ ఉండాలి కదా. So
You
it's all
should-
interlinked.
You still need some material thing for sure.
You see, if you have to be peaceful, if you have to go to your higher self, if you have to go inside you, you have to have food to eat kada. You have to have a shelter, you have to have clothes. If you cannot have basic things which are materials, how can you go anywhere in your head? You will be worried about money, you will be worried about food, you will be worried about tomorrow. Ignorance is bliss, but how long? If your tummy is hungry, how can you have ignorance about it? If your son is not eating, if your infant is hungry, how can a mom sleep? No,
So it's
material
important.
is important.
Wonderful. So one question I will ask on that part. Why should one go inside ఎందుకు వెళ్ళాలి? And what do you mean by going inside? Like to know about themselves?
No, I'll give you one example about it. అమ్మ గర్భంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు we are inside mom, but we don't know if there is life outside mom. Until we come out, we don't know.
Right.
So do you think that there is no mom just because you didn't see your mom?
Okay. Strong
నువ్వు
question.
అమ్మని చూడనందుకు, నువ్వు అమ్మ గర్భంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు అమ్మని చూడనందుకు అమ్మ లేదని నువ్వు చెప్తావా? నువ్వు అనుకుంటావు కానీ బయటకు వచ్చి నువ్వు అమ్మని చూస్తావు. Now we are here. Do you think there is no God? We are inside God. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not there kada. So what I'm asking is, he's inside you, around you, he's everywhere, and you cannot see him outside. At least go inside and see. At least think aham brahmasmi. God is everywhere, I am the God.
Right.
Or God is me. I always think that God is in me.
So when you said God is me,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't take care of that me. When you tell people inside, they are okay, but most of them don't even look at their body itself nice. They don't even take care of that.
Yes.
So what do you tell to those people, or what should people do?
ఓకే, ఎంత కాదన్నా నీ సుఖాలలో నీ బాధల్లో నీతో ఉండేది నీ బాడీనే కదా. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ టేకింగ్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ బాడీ, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ పుట్టింగ్ రైట్ ఫుడ్, రైట్ క్లోత్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ బాడీ, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ డ్యామేజింగ్ యువర్ ఓన్ బాడీ, నా బాడీయే కదా భరిస్తుంది అనుకుంటే ఇబ్బంది పడతావు లాంగ్ టర్మ్లో. సో నీ అనేది ఎంతవరకు, నా అనే ఆధిపత్యం కానీ అహంకారం కానీ ఎంతవరకు ఒక మనిషి మీద లేదు, ఒక వస్తువు మీద. వస్తువు ఎట్లాగో పోతుంది, విత్ టైమ్ ఇట్ విల్ డికే ఆర్ డీకంపోజ్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఇస్. హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్, దే విల్ లీవ్, ద బాండ్స్ విల్ చేంజ్. నీతో ఉండేది ఏది? దెర్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బీ దేర్ అంటిల్ ద లాస్ట్ బ్రెత్, అన్లెస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యువర్ బాడీ. నువ్వు చచ్చిపోతే నీ ఫ్యామిలీ ఏడుస్తుంది, బట్ దెన్ నీతో పాటు నీ బాడీ చచ్చిపోతుంది. You are not a body, you are a human, you are a soul. So if you can understand that, if you can separate your body and your soul, then you will have the answer. The only thing that you have to take care of is your body, and you have to put good food, you have to put good clothes. You know, even the clothes have vibrations and all. There is a frequency that goes on a cloth. So if you wear polyester, there is high frequency, and if you wear linen or cotton, it will help you to connect to the earth's magnetic fields.
Okay.
So you know, you have to help your body to stay more connected to the earth.
Okay.
ఇక్కడ నా అంటే నా బాడీ మాత్రమే.
I think this is very important for people to understand, right?
I mean, they don't even understand in one go.
Right.
They have to sit and
మెల్లమెల్లగా చెప్తాం.
అనుకుని చేసుకోవాలి.
That is why I came to you for podcast. ఎందుకంటే people actually should know, at least they might not realize it for the first time when they see it, but
So nothing is yours.
Yeah.
Except for your body that you are carrying, nothing is yours. How can you define anything
Right.
if it is not yours?
అహం బ్రహ్మాస్మి అని చాలా నీట్గా చెప్పావు. Okay, let's start little bit about your marriage.
Yes.
When I say a little bit, I want at least to make people understand
Okay.
few things about your marriage. First thing, is it an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
It's a love marriage.
How about you can just give us a brief about your husband? Introduce.
No, he cannot be explained, you know. He's very different every day.
Wonderful.
I cannot explain him. He's such great person. I can't. Ante I'll tell you. no one in this world has the hold that he has on me. ఒకప్పుడు మా అమ్మ నాన్నకు కూడా అంత కంట్రోల్ నేను ఎప్పుడు ఇవ్వలా. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ నౌ టుడే ఇఫ్ ఐ సే ఇఫ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు డూ సంథింగ్ అండ్ లైక్ లెట్ మై హస్బెండ్ డిసైడ్. I mean, I'm not going to cross him. He's that important to me. He's great for me, at least.
So blessed to hear that, because you are like a daughter to me. So when I see my daughter very confident in a safe and a very pious place, I feel the most blessed, and that's what I told.
He made me feel more feminine.
Wow.
So when before marriage, if you asked me to stop business, I wouldn't stop because I was in my masculine energy. I was like, I don't want to take money from anywhere. I want to earn it by myself. And after marriage, I felt so safe because of him, his family. They made me so safe that okay, I can halt. I can depend on them. I can take their shelter. I can go under their umbrella. So I started becoming feminine with him. So I think it's beautiful.
Shiva, Shakti. That's what we call it. And if someone has got Shakti,
Yes.
and that's Shiva.
He filled me with happiness.
Right.
Because of him, I'm here. If
Excellent.
not, I'll not be here.
So this much of thing came out of marriage, and lot of people say, youth people, నేను పెళ్లి చేసుకోను, నాకెందుకు పెళ్లి?
వాళ్ళ కర్మండి ఇంకా. I think marriage is a very beautiful thing to have. Yeah. Because I'll tell you, పుట్టినప్పుడు ఒక పసిపిల్లకి ఎలాగైతే అన్నీ నేర్పించుకుంటామో, పెళ్ళైనప్పుడు కూడా ఆ అమ్మాయికి అలానే నేర్పించుకుంటాం. So you'll get to learn so many new things. You'll get to learn with so many people. You'll get to know అసలు నీళ్ళలాగా ఎలా ఇమడాలనేది you'll learn. I think that is very important for life. It's a very huge life skill that only marriage can teach you. So
you're saying marriage is an institution which teaches you a lot.
Only if you can adjust. If you are weak enough to not adjust. నేను నా అనే స్వార్థంలో ఎంతవరకు ఉంటారో నాకు తెలీదు. Changes for every person. But if you are weak, I say people whoever is not ready to adjust are weak. They're not strong. People who are not ready to cry are weak. They're not strong. I feel like that. I think in marriage, more than anything, you should respect the partner's self-respect.
Okay.
If you cannot respect your partner's self-respect, the bond is not going to be very strong. వాళ్ళకు ఒక బౌండరీ ఉంటుంది, ఆ బౌండరీని ఆ లైన్ని మనం దాటకూడదు. సింపుల్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్. You have to respect their self-respect. You have to teach them how to respect yours. So, and my husband, he already have it. He is highly emotionally intelligent, so I need not teach. I'm there. I mean, he was brought up good.
So marriage వల్ల చాలా అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఉన్నాయని డెఫినెట్లీ చెప్తున్నారు.
Yes.
Right. So this is exactly what Sanatana Dharma talks about. Because Sanatana Dharma, we always speak, and if somebody is following our podcast, we only talk about Grihasthashrama.
Yes.
Which is like 60% is completely Grihasthashrama amongst all the four. Sannyasa might be 10, and Vanaprastha might be 10, and Brahmacharya.
I mean, you can't take sannyasam without samsaram, so.
You should not.
You should not also.
You will not appreciate the sannyasa if not Grihasthashrama.
Yes.
And Grihasthashrama is the source for all these four to run. Brahmachari can't earn and run.
Yes.
Grihastha has to run.
Yes.
So when you moved from Brahmacharya to Grihastha, it's a huge milestone which you crossed.
Yes.
Right? From a dharma perspective, when you see, obviously you become a wife, you became a daughter-in-law, you became a sister-in-law for somebody. ఒకళ్ళకి వదిన, ఒకళ్ళకి కోడలు, ఒకళ్ళకి వైఫ్. అండ్ ఒక మదర్కి కొంచెం దూరం, obviously. You will not stay with her more. It's a humongous change. And most of the youth think, అంత చేంజ్ నా వల్ల కాదు, ఎందుకు నాకు ఇవన్నీ, బాగానే ఉన్నాం కదా అనే టైప్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో అ నెక్స్ట్ స్టేజ్ ఫర్ యూ ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో 60 years వరకు, 80 years వరకు యూ గోనా స్టే విత్ దిస్. సో వాట్ షుడ్ పీపుల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్, లైక్ when they come into this kind of milestone change?
Here I want people to realize, they already know it, but I want them to realize is, నిన్ను నీ పేరెంట్స్ ఎంత ప్రేమగా పెంచారో నీ మొగుడిని కూడా అంతే ప్రేమగా పెంచారు. నీ మొగుడికి నువ్వు అంటే ఇష్టం అంటే కొడుక్కి ఇష్టం కాబట్టి నిన్ను బాగా చూసుకుంటారు. కానీ నిన్ను బాగా చూసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు నువ్వు వాళ్ళకి నచ్చినట్టు అడ్జస్ట్ అవ్వకుండా నేను ఇదే, నేను ఇంతే, నువ్వే అడ్జస్ట్ అవ్వ అంటే, see, you cannot move the foundation of your husband because you are getting into it.
Right.
And you have to trust your husband, you have to trust your in-laws. Because they are also telling for your good only. వాళ్ళేం నువ్వు నాశనం అయిపోవాలని చెప్పరు కదా, ఎందుకంటే నీకేమైనా తప్పు అవుతే మళ్ళీ తన పిల్లలకే కదా ఇబ్బంది. So you have to trust the parents wherever they are. Because they will only do good for their kids. If their kids are good, you're good. If your husband is good, you're good. And coming to this marriage institution, you have to trust. You have to trust your in-laws. You have to trust their vision. And I don't think so. We'll ఎవరైతే చెప్తారో it's a big change. It's not a big change if you think it is yours. If you own it up, ఇది నాది, ఇది నా ఫ్యామిలీ అనుకుంటే నీకు అది మార్పులాగా ఉండదు. It is you. It's a part of you. I don't think so. It's that hard. It's not. Marriage is not hard if you can adjust, and if you can accept and tune according to the family traditions.
Great. I know we've come to a very good topic of marriage and కొంచెం సీరియస్ అయింది. So you're talking about so many values and I always keep telling you, right? You speak so much of dharma, not exactly naming it dharma, but you actually speak dharma. So where did you get this value? Did you inherit? Did you read books?
రీడింగ్ బుక్స్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అదంతా పక్కన పెడితే చిన్నప్పుడు బాగా తన్నులు తిన్నానండి. ఐ యూస్ టు బి అ వెరీ వెరీ ఏమంటారు అల్లరి చేసే అమ్మాయిని నేను. దే టేమ్డ్ మీ లైక్ దట్ when they could. But again there is one more experience. I lost my dad. So that is one experience that brought me this side. There was chance like whether I have to go to temples or whether I have to go to pubs, and I chose temples. So that's because if I went to my mom, I said I'll go to Baba, and she took a nice belt and she's like whacked me up. So I went to temples.
Okay. But do you think you became a great person because of that?
Yeah, of course. There's no doubt. I wouldn't have been here if I went to pubs that day.
Ante.
Simple.
Excellent.
But then I missed that phase. So
a lot of people actually think that dharma gives you a lot of difficulties. సో ధర్మ డిఫికల్టీస్ ఇన్కన్వీనియన్స్ ఇస్తుందని చెప్పి మధ్యలో వదిలేసి అంటే దాని ఏం లేదు కాబట్టి ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకులే మనకి ఇట్స్ టూ బికమింగ్ టూ బోరింగ్ డల్ ఆర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ హర్డల్స్ ఆర్ కమింగ్. సో డూ యూ థింక్ దెర్ ఇస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ discomfort?
I think there's a very huge misconception there. Whichever is comfortable is not discomfort. So if dharma is comfortable, then it's not discomfort. And coming to that point, you have to leave the selfishness. నా అనే స్వార్థం వదిలేసుకోను ధర్మాలో. అది అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఒక 1-2 years కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది పడతాం ఆ ఫేజ్లో. అది అన్కంఫర్టబుల్గా ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఫేజ్ని దాటుకొని వెళ్తే ఐ థింక్ ధర్మ ఇస్ ద మోస్ట్ కంఫర్టబుల్. See, there is nothing right or wrong. There is less consequences and there is more consequences. So whichever you choose.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you define that? Can you just explain? Because there is no right or wrong. People don't believe it. There should be right and wrong. But you said consequences, and we both love those words.
Yes.
And you explain that. So if you can just give me more.
I think I can wrap it up with an example.
Okay.
Less consequences, more consequences. ఈరోజు రాత్రి మనం ఎక్కడికో ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఇంటికి వెళ్దాం, లేకపోతే బర్త్డే పార్టీకి వెళ్ళాం అనుకోండి. నైట్ 3 o'clock 4 o'clock దాకా ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి. రేపు పొద్దున్న లేసేసరికి ఏం కాన్సిక్వెన్స్ ఉండదు, జస్ట్ మనకు నిద్రగా ఉంటుంది, మనం వర్క్ సరిగ్గా చేయం. దిస్ ఇస్ ద లెస్ కాన్సిక్వెన్స్. బట్ మనం ఇలా 1 week కంటిన్యూస్గా వెళ్ళాం అనుకోండి, దెన్ హౌ మచ్ ఇంపాక్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బీ ఆన్ us?
Right.
That is more consequence. So if you can choose between less consequence and more consequence, there is no right or wrong. There is just consequence.
So if you are okay with what kind of consequences, that is right.
That is right.
If you are not able to handle the consequences, that is wrong. Because
and of course you cannot bring another person into your life and correct you up.
Right. So, beautiful. Good.
It's there.
So when you look at things which do not happen in your way, what do you do?
Most of the time I'll not define any route that I want to happen. I don't choose before knowing my options.
Okay.
But if I have choices, I'll choose one of them. But no, I'll not choose it myself.
So you'll do your work and let things happen.
Yeah.
భగవద్గీత చెప్తున్నావు మెల్లమెల్లగా కర్మనే వ్యాధికారిస్తే చెప్తున్నావు, రైట్? సో you do your work and you let things happen.
That's it. I mean బెంపర్ లాడుతుంటే మనకేం రాదు కదా.
అవునా?
Yeah, I don't ask. If I ask very strongly, but I don't ask.
How do you manage the time of yours in terms of dividing between you, your husband, your family, and probably a business which you running and a God? People think it's too many things to handle.
No, they go in hand, number one. And number two, in our family, we have one rule. When at home, when everyone are at home, Mavaya garu, my Annaya, everyone at our home, we will not do business. We will not talk business.
Huh.
We'll watch news. We'll talk social politics. We talk geopolitics and everything. But అక్కడ కూర్చొని మేము బిజినెస్ కోసం అనేసి పనులు చేసుకోవడం ఇలాంటివి ఉండవు. సో వీ డివైడ్ దట్ స్పేస్ బిట్వీన్ ఫ్యామిలీ లైఫ్ అండ్ బిజినెస్. వెన్ దే ఆర్ ఎట్ ఆఫీస్ వీల్ వర్క్, అఫ్ కోర్స్ we are at home and we have time. And coming to God, it's like Mamaya Garu wakes up at 6 o'clock and Mamaya Garu starts puja at 6 o'clock. I wake up at 6 o'clock. So it's like, no, we have so much of time, or we made sure that our time is segregated like that.
Okay, so we need to have all of them, is what you're saying, all 5
We already have it. It's just
You
that,
don't recognize or realize
yeah,
it.
we don't realize it. అంటే ఇప్పుడు బిజినెస్ కోసం అని ఫ్యామిలీని వదిలేలేం కదా.
Right.
ఫ్యామిలీ కోసం అని బిజినెస్ని వదిలేలేం. ఫ్యామిలీ కోసమే చేస్తాం బిజినెస్ చేస్తే. సో
One more myth which people have is if it's not logical, okay, then it is actually not dharmic. I need logic behind dharma. But there are certain times which you would have felt completely not logical. And you suddenly realize after some time, yeah, it was dharma.
హియర్ ఐ కెన్ సే దిస్ థింగ్. ఇప్పుడు ఒక నది పారుతుందండి, అదొక డైరెక్షన్లో పారుతుంది అంటే ఆ ల్యాండ్ ఇలా ఉందా? డూ యూ థింక్ దట్ ఎర్త్ ఇస్ ఫ్లాట్ బికాస్ దట్స్ వై ఇయర్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ లైక్ దట్? ఇస్ దట్ లాజిక్? కెన్ యూ ఫైండ్ లాజిక్ బిహైండ్ నేచర్?
No.
Don't find logic behind dharma. Simple. Dharma is nature, nature is dharma, so don't find it.
Okay.
And also dharma is not a thing, it's not an action, it is a consequence, it's a choice that we make.
So when you say choices, right, I typically encounter a lot of people who are very unstable when they take a choice. One, because they don't want to take the consequences, they don't want to own themselves. So what are the things which you do when you're taking a choice between A and a B? And I'm sure many of the dharma sankatas, which we call it, both A and B are good. It's as simple as both A and B are good. And you have to choose between A and a B. What are the things which you choose to validate which one do you choose?
I first ask my husband.
Okay.
Second, I ask my attamma. And third, I ask my mom. They will tell me what to do, I'll do it.
But everybody is not blessed probably to have people who can listen to them. So for people like me, for example, a corporate definition is a big thing. When you take a big decision which will impact millions dollars, and one side I have something which I have to do where it might impact other $1 million. So for people like me, what are the 2-3 things, if you can tell? Because you are an entrepreneur, we are people who are serving people, because I serve my company.
Yes.
Right? We are different than you. I don't own my company, but you own a company. So I want you to tell us, when I say us, corporate people again, few things which we can take care when we are deciding.
Return of investment laga return of karma chuskoli.
Okay.
We have to see how much bad it is going to do. It is any decision that we make, it is going to do good, but there is also going to be bad. So how much it is going to be bad, and are we able to get it back? Can we clear the bad consequence? Is it in our hands?
Okay.
That is the first thing. And second thing is, are we ethical about it?
Okay.
How much ethical about it? So, see, not all businesses are going to be ethical. Somewhere 1%, even if you are ethical, maybe the middle person is not ethical.
Right.
So somewhere that is going to go wrong. So are you able to handle it? And are you able to digest the fact that it's not going to be completely ethical? And third thing is, have a strong legal team. Is what I say. Have a good legal team.
Okay.
That's all, yeah. When it comes to entrepreneurship.
So entrepreneurship is...
And ask too many people before taking a decision. Not everyone can implement your idea, but they have their 2 cents to give.
So when you say entrepreneurship, one thing people actually ask is, మీరు చాలా డబ్బులు ఉన్నవాళ్ళు కాబట్టి మీరు అన్నీ చేస్తారు అని అందరు అడుగుతారు. అండ్ స్పెషల్లీ వెన్ పీపుల్ యాక్చువల్లీ దో దే ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇన్ లాసెస్, లైక్ ఈవెన్ అంబానీని కూడా అడుగుతారు వాళ్ళు. మీరు అంబానీని దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మీరు డబ్బులు ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి మీరు ఏమైనా చేస్తారంటారు. నేను ఎప్పుడు ఏం చెప్తానంటే, చేశాడు కాబట్టి డబ్బులు వచ్చినాయి. రైట్? వెన్ ధీరుభాయ్ అంబానీ నెవర్ హ్యాడ్ ఎనీథింగ్ టు స్టార్ట్ విత్, రైట్? బట్ ఈవెన్ ముఖేష్ అంబానీ, దే డూ ఎవ్రీ డే ఆల్మోస్ట్ లైక్ 18 hours పని చేస్తే కానీ అవ్వదు. బట్ ఫర్ దాట్ పీపుల్ హూ థింక్ ఆంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్‌షిప్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ పాసిబుల్ విత్ మనీ, is it true first of all?
No, I think see, to build a brand, you need 4 days and you
Okay.
need right tools.
Right.
And you have AI right now, right in front of you. And first step is you have to build a brand. Second step is you have to sell your products or service or whatever you're doing. And third thing is you have to have connects so that you can sell. Or you have to have a strategy. And for the first two, you don't need money. When you have to sell only, you need money.
Right.
And if you have to sell, you can make the first two options produce money for you. When I'm building a brand, I'll make sure that I'm telling my friends and family and they'll pull in. And second thing, when I'm putting all my product strategy, ideology and everything in one place, and I'm going to market it to people. When I'm marketing, of course people are going to buy it. And when they pay for it, I have my capital. And then I'm going to use the capital to do my business. How much money do you need for you to sit for 4 days and do it? You need time, you need support, you need strategy, and you have to have the brain to do it.
Wonderful.
And not everything can be bought by money.
So many of the rich people also are not doing business.
No, many of them are not doing
So that actually goes the logic. Excellent. So this particular thing which you told about business is taught in multiple business management books, and they name many of the foreign people who told this. I'll come back to you. Which Indian scriptures talk about that, and where did you learn all these things?
Yeah, I learned it in Chanakya Shastra.
You read Chanakya Shastra?
Yes, I did, and I created a course on it. That's a different thing.
Excellent.
But Chanakya is the one where I learned about Samadhana Vedadanda. So I started there, from friendship to punishment. So I learned it there. I learned money management. See, the thing is, time management is one thing, money management is second thing. If you don't respect your money, you can't do business.
Wonderful. So Chanakya teaches you.
Yeah.
So Indian knowledge system.
Chanakya teaches you, but it is you who have to implement him.
Okay.
If you cannot implement what you're learning or what you're being taught, there's no value to it.
So just learning is not enough.
It's you have to
Knowing
implement
is also not enough.
Not enough.
You need to work
Implement,
on it.
yeah.
You need to implement it. మళ్ళీ మాకు పని చెప్తున్నారా? I think this is where most of the people go
fail,
wrong.
yeah. They fail there because they don't want to set. See, you can always learn. Learning is a daily process. It's a hourly process. అండ్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు నేను నేర్చుకోను, నేను ఎందుకు చాట్ జీపీటీ నేర్చుకోవాలి అనుకుంటే నువ్వు అక్కడే ఉండిపోతావు, నీ పక్కనోడు మాత్రం చాట్ జీపీటీ చేసుకొని చాలా పోతాడు. It's like that.
It's like that. So you need to adapt.
Yeah, you have to adapt again.
ప్రిన్సిపల్ మాత్రం ఎక్కడ అసలు మారదు. ఐ రియలీ లవ్ ఫర్ దట్. కోర్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ అలానే ఉంటాయి. లవ్లీ. రైట్. సో ఐ థింక్ విల్ కమ్ టు ది ర్యాపిడ్ ఫైర్ రౌండ్.
Yes.
మన ఫేవరెట్ రౌండ్. లెట్ మీ ఆస్క్ యూ ద ర్యాపిడ్ ఫైర్. ఓకే. వన్ ధార్మిక్ ఐకన్ యూ వుడ్ లవ్ టు నో మోర్ అబౌట్.
Narendra Modi.
Wow. Sorry, rapid fire అన్నాను, but Narendra Modi గారు వచ్చాక I need to ask you, how was your experience to meet Narendra Modi గారు?
It was divine. I didn't see anything but him.
Wow.
I see, my Attama made it happen. I met there. I went him, I saw him, and I was like, my Attama was talking something to him. I couldn't see anything but him. I couldn't hear anything but him. I'm like, what? He's walking like that. The
Wow.
TV is like that. So, no. There's nothing that I can.
అద్భుత.
I mean, I took like 4 to 5 blessings. Like, నేను మొక్కుతానే ఉన్నాను ఆయన్ని. And he's like, ఎన్నిసార్లు ఎందుకు మొక్కుతున్నా? And he was like, I don't know when I'll meet you, but you know, I want to take. Such great.
But it's such a great blessing actually. And when I saw your photo, I was so blessed. నాకు చాలా ఆనందం వచ్చింది. I really couldn't. I told you that day itself. So blessed to see him blessing you.
I mean, I met him before marriage that too.
Yeah.
You see, so I was like, we went to give him a wedding card.
Beautiful.
It was surreal. We were like, కుక్కుకొని లోపలికి వెళ్ళాం. We were waiting for him. There are so many people waiting for him outside his cabin, and they were like, come in. Boom. I'm like blank. I didn't see anything but him.
Wonderful.
And then I came out, and then I was reminiscing. Okay, this happened.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So ఇప్పుడు ఒరిజినల్ ర్యాపిడ్ ఫైర్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. వాట్స్ యువర్ గో టు ఇన్నర్ కంపాస్ వెన్ ఇన్ డౌట్? విచ్ బుక్ డూ యూ రీడ్ ఆర్ విచ్
No, I go to my husband.
So which dharma concept has taught you the most?
Chanakya, Artha.
Artha. One modern idea you believe needs a dharmic correction or detailed explanation, something which is not told to people or they're doing it wrong. You think?
I think that it should be a marriage constitution. People are too much misinformed
About it.
Yes.
Is it doing good or being right?
There is no right and wrong. Again, less consequences and more consequences.
One modern day Dharma Shastra, people don't even realize they are in it.
Modern day Dharma Shastra.
People already following it, but they think they don't even know that it is Dharma.
Snanam cheyadam.
If you could gift one Indian concept to the world, what would it be?
Art of thinking.
Okay.
Anvikshiki.
One underrated woman from Itihasas.
I would say Mandodari.
She told so much of Dharma to Ravana.
I mean, Mandodari is the epitome where you have to listen to your wife. Ravana must have listened.
You better listen to your wife or else you are dead. That is what you are saying. Good. Movies చూస్తున్నావా?
చూడట్లా.
చూడట్లేదు. Okay. Any other movie you thought which made Dharma glow?
No.
Nothing? Not yet?
Not yet.
You're waiting for it? That's the end of rapid fire. I'll keep this questions aside. Let me ask you few questions of my own thing, right? I seen you grown from probably 2021, 2022 when I met you, when I was seeing my daughter in you and I talked to you for the first time,
Yes.
to now. You've changed a lot. But it's the same dharmic concepts which are still there.
Yes.
What will you be after 50 years?
I think I'll be same.
You'll be the same?
Yeah. I mean, you cannot break the core. So if the core is right, you're right. Situations changed, environment changed, but I didn't change. I never yelled before marriage, I never yell after marriage. It's like, it's you. What defines you is your core.
So the core is Dharma still exists.
Yes.
And the Dharma will always exist.
I mean, I don't call it Dharma. I just think less consequences, more consequences. So.
What do you want people to remember you as?
I don't want them to remember me. I want them to be reminded always.
Okay. You don't want to be known as a person who changed
No.
the world and all. అలాంటివి ఏం లేవా?
అంటే ఇప్పుడు లైట్ చూస్తాం. Whom do you think of when you see light?
సూర్యుడు.
And
దేవుడు.
who found that bulb?
థామస్ ఎడిసన్.
Yeah, that's what. You don't have to be remembered. You
Yeah.
will be reminded.
ఓకే.
గుర్తుపెట్టుకోక్కర్లేదు, గుర్తు
Okay.
చేస్తూనే ఉంటుంది. So I want to be there. I don't want to introduce myself at one point of my life.
ఓకే.
I want to be known. I'm already known. So
And I'll ask you the everlasting question. What is Sanatana Dharma for you? Define.
lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Behavior.
Behavior, lifestyle, personality.
Personality.
What you choose.
Choices.
Choices.
మీ అత్తయ్య గారితో ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేసాము అండ్ షీ లవ్స్ పీపుల్ టు కమ్ టు పాలిటిక్స్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఉమెన్.
Yes.
ఆర్ యూ కమింగ్ ఇన్ టు పాలిటిక్స్?
She will decide. I told you, if I have a doubt, I go to my husband, my
Right.
Attama and my mom.
Yeah.
They will decide for me.
Okay. I would like you to go into politics for the only reason, as a person who is a well-wisher of you. You can change the world a lot. So I want the world to go to Dharma. And that's why we always come back to you for podcast.
Thank you.
Because there are so many people who knew about Dharma to you. Right? If I tell you, it might be like ఏమంటారు, స్తుతి చేసినట్టు ఉంటుంది. మన అమ్మాయి కూతుర్ని చేయకూడదు కాబట్టి చెప్పట్లేదు, అంత పొగడట్లేదు. బట్ యువ చేతన విచ్ వి స్టార్టెడ్, about 80% of the people came to Mahagathe Yuva Chetana only because of you.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
And today our entire, whenever we go to people, they are praising us because of that Yuva Chetana. So I always will say that you are the root which started and it grew into a big tree, and I'm sure it will grow into a big forest. I want you to come to politics because of that, because I always had respect to politics, and when I spoke to your Attama garu, I had more admiration towards politics, more admiration towards politician, and that is what you should create.
I mean, she came through so many hurdles in life.
Yeah.
We cannot beat that.
Looking forward for that one
Yeah.
day when I will do this to you again. Shamata. It was a wonderful discussion మీ ఇద్దరితోటి. నిండుగా ఉన్నారు ఇద్దరు.